Hi, I'm Sean and welcome back to the layout. In this video we're going to talk about droppers and how they could be handy for a model railway and why we ideally need them for a model railway. So we'll start off with the reason why we have them. The reason why we have them is because the rail has a lot of resistance, a lot of power resistance. So for example, let's say my power control's over here. So let's say the power is going in from over here. So the power has to then go from all the way over here, all the way around there, excuse the mess, all the way along the top bit, all the way down there, and then to a bit of track here. Now by the time it gets to here, the power gets to here, there's not going to be a lot of power, left up to this point, because the resistance will be stopping the power from going through. So at every joint you'll be losing power every time. Same with points when, because you got the power being transmitted from the rail to the change rail into the stock rail, you're going to lose power there, and you're going to lose power there. So that's what brings us to the droppers. So if I just place the camera there, excuse me, and right, so on this bit of yard that I'm working on now, I've got three droppers in so far. Got one here, and there's one over here, and that is for every piece of track that I've put down. So between joints there'll be a dropper, joint there, dropper, joint there, dropper. Now ideally I would try and just do dropper on the fish plates, but I didn't do that this time around, so I'm going to solder the rails anyway. So it's just gives a little bit of added reassurance that the conductivity is going, mixing up my words there, the conductivity is going to be good all the way through. Now this is especially handy for DCC, which this layout will be eventually all run on DCC, and it makes sure, excuse me for that, basically it reinsures that the layout is completely live. So what we're going to do in this video, before we've got a bit of track already cut out, I'm going to put a dropper to this bit of track and put the track in there. So what I've done, cut that bit of plastic away. You just got to cut away some of the webbing underneath the track. Right, like that. So what I've done is I've cut away a bit of the webbing underneath, so you can see the bare rail, and now this is what we're going to be soldering the dropper wire to. I'll do, get a bit of sandpaper, just want to roughen up the underside of the rail, give a good solder join. Okay, right, so that'll be fine. I've already drilled I'll move the camera up a bit. Now I've already drilled a hole already there, which is where the drop will be going through. Now the wire I've been using is this red and black wire. I got this roll off of Amazon. It's 100 foot length. It's got a AWG gauge of 18 gauge. You know, so this is more than enough, more than enough wire to be getting on with, and good, you know, good way of getting current to the track, power to the track. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to work out the length of wire you need. Now, I always do a little bit more than what you need, so going from there on the baseboard to there, so I reckon I'm going to need that much. Okay, so I've cut that. Now on one end, just going to strip the wires on one end. I'll twist them up. I'm doing this so I can tin the end of the wires. These are the end of the wires that are going to be soldered underneath the rails. So positive is going to be on one side, negative is going to be on the other side. Right, so I'm just going to tin these wires now. Right, so got my solder. And what it does is it just see if you see it that way. Right. What it does is it gets the wire core hot with the solder. Then the solder will go through the copper like that. Just done that with the positive. Just going to do that with the negative. Like that. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to get the side cutters, just going to bend the edge so there's that angle. To make it a lot easier to solder onto the rails. I'm just gonna snip the end as well. So I've just snipped the ends of them so the L shape is a bit shorter. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to put a blob of solder on this bit and this bit. Right, so I'll try and do this without my hand getting in the way or my arm getting in the way. just want to put a blob of solder so we've got two nice blobs of solder on there, as you can see. So basically the wires are going to be soldered to them bits there. Right, so the way I've done things on here, the way I have my wires, I've got black to the back on this low level, but when it comes to the high level, it's going to be different. So instead of black to the back, it'll be red to the back on the top level because of the way it goes round. The polarity changes when the track goes up. Right, so sticking with the black to the back, got to work out what rail will be the back. So it'll be that rail there. So that black wire's got to be soldered onto there. So again, I just want to get the soldering iron just on the top of there, and it will heat it, and then it will eventually drop into the solder. Eventually. There you go, like that. What I'll do is give it a tug, see if it's taken. And that's taken, which is good. So then I'll now do the same with the red side now. Here we go. It's just melted straight into the solder. Leave it to cool. Give it a tug. There, give it a tug. All good to go. So as you see, got my negative wire there. This one, zoom it. It's a bit blurry then. Right, so I've got my negative wire soldered to this rail. Got my positive wire soldered to this rail. And that's what it looks like from the top. Now, when you solder this, well, when you ballast this, you won't see all this. Whereas compared to what I was doing before, I was soldering to the side of the rail like that, which, you know, obviously you kind of see all the wire doing it that way. So I've started doing it this way because you won't be able to see the wire. So, right, so that's all good. So what I'm going to do now, let's make sure the camera's on it. Right, so what I'm going to do now, so I'll thread the wire through this hole. And what I also want to try and do, when I'm threading the wire in, I want to keep the back to the black formation as the wire's going in. Because it'll help when getting the track down on the board. It means the wire is not then fighting against you. Right, so I've got that far. So what I'll do now, I'm gonna glue this track down. Tracks I'm doing at the moment, this one is for the branch station, and this track is one of the tracks for the engine shed. You know, I finally found a place for the engine shed to go, and I think it's a perfect place for it. Yeah. So when a freight train comes in to the goods yard, I can store the loco in the engine shed, as well as have the shunter in the engine shed. So it all works out. So at the moment now, what I'm doing now is I'm placing PVA glue down, because I've been gluing my track down with PVA. If the track has to come up, you know, being stuck down with PVA makes it easy for the track to come up. Right, so a wire there. There's a wire. I'm just going to thread that underneath. I'm just threading the wire underneath now, because that's going to one of them connector blocks that I've shown in previous videos. That's where that'll be going. Right, so that's all threaded in. Now it is going to be the tricky bit. So that rail in. That's into the glue. Just weigh that down. Right, put that on there to weigh that down. I'm now going to adjust the camera now, so we can have a look at the rail connectors underneath. Okay, right, we're now underneath the baseboard where I placed that bit of track with the dropper wires, and this is where the dropper wires are going to be connecting to. These connectors, they're bridged across the bottom with this metal plate, and there's like a bridge on that one as well. This is for my negative droppers, and this is for my positive droppers. So what I'm going to do now is these plates remove. So I'm just going to pop them over there. Good thing is these, I don't know if you see on camera, but these plates are numbered as well. So if you wanted to make a list of what droppers go where, you've got numbers on there that will make that job really easy. You know, it's very handy. Right, so I've got two wires that need droppers. So we'll start off with the one I was working on. which is this one. So again, it's a matter of stripping the wires. Now what I'm doing now is I'm stripping the wires ready for power connectors to go on here. And what it does is makes it a bit longer than normal, and now just bends it around and twists it around. So it's got a bit more to bite on. This ain't necessarily the right way to do this, but it's just the way I found easier. So just get my wire connectors. These are the wire connectors I've got. These wire connectors actually come with these power connectors. Come with a load of them. So we'll start off with the positive one. So it's just got that stuck in there. Just going to gently crimp them. Check that's on there, which it is. Same again with the negative one. Then crimp again. There is a proper way of crimping these on, but this is just the way I find easier. So you're probably more better off doing it the proper way, but it's just the way I find easy. Right, so I've got these crimped on now. What I've done, I've just bent them forward slightly because this is not a lot of gap between the baseboard and this connector, so it just makes it easier getting the wires in. So just want to slide it in like that and just screw it up. So that's my negative. Now just going to screw in my positive. Check they're tight, which they are. And that's about all there is to it. You know, it's just literally soldering the wires onto the track, dropping it through the baseboard, wiring it up to a connector, and away you go. You know, so all these wires are here, apart from the end one, because the end one goes to the connector before. The rest of the wires are for the incline, and the other wires are for the siding tracks that I'm working on. I think the first two droppers, I think they're for the incline, and the rest of these ones, or was it the first three? No, I think it was the first three droppers are for the incline, and then the other four, they're for the yard. I think the time I've done all the droppers for the yard. I think, yeah, probably be to about there. So I have three spare ones. So the 3 spare ones, they'll probably go on the down incline. So this whole connector will be used for this baseboard. So once you put your wires in, it's just a matter of just covering these back up, and job's a good one. Right, so I hope this video is useful and, you know, explains a bit about the reason why we have droppers and how to do them. You know, a little bit of soldering, you know, as well. So yeah, until next time, if you like the video, you know, please hit the like button. You know, if you could share and subscribe as well, be a great help to the channel. And again, thanks for watching. You all take care, and bye bye.